9:30 my time. And I want to say thank you. Thank you. There's going to be a thank you to the Most High. A thank you to everybody who has been supporting the campaign and growth, personally and business-wise. And thank you, whoever you are who's watching this and took the time out to click on this video. My name's Trey. I have been hot-shotting for going on 3 months now for a startup company who admittedly we did not have our shit together. Okay. Took a whole lot of learning experiences on the chin, and we kept trucking. That's the name of the game, man. You gotta keep going. Because there are gonna be some headaches. I don't care how experienced you are, and maybe you're starting over, maybe you're just getting into hot shotting, maybe you just want to get more information for whatever reason. Thank you for taking the time out to do some research. Let's see, I've been hot shotting for about 3 months. And one of the first lessons that I took on the chin was dimensions. Dimensions are a key component in this freight industry. Understanding what dimensions you have to work with, what will and won't fit in your unit, and what works best for you. Some people may say that they want LTLs. Some people may want, dedicated straight truck freight. And the name of the game is, again, dimensions. Optimizing what you have at your disposal. My first couple of loads I got lucky on, and they fit. We got money. Job well done. Pat on the back to everybody that was involved. But around the third load, we found out that because I have a sleeper berth on the back of my unit, that this is not a full. It's the name of it. I'm driving a 2006 Hino 268. It's a Toyota motor. It's serviced by International. Kenworth, is it International or Kenworth? I'll get back with you on that one. So we got our first couple of loads out the way. They went off without a hitch. We had a broker that was on top of those loads, and things went smooth. Well, around that third load, I went, let's say 280 miles for a pickup. And I know some of you guys are like, whoa, cringing. You drove 280 miles for a pickup? Yes, sir, I did. We were just getting started. The authority wasn't 90 days old. There weren't a lot of brokers that are going to want to deal with you initially. Do not let that stop you, discourage you. So if you don't know what the 90-day rule is, a lot of brokers, they have either a 60-day or 90-day period where they will not book you because your authority is new. That it would be taking too much of a risk for them. We made it through our 90 days about 2 weeks ago, and things immediately opened up. I don't even want to talk about numbers. It's embarrassing, but things just immediately started looking brighter. And I will say that is partially due to the owner of the company, who's very understanding, very willing to learn these these lessons that we're figuring out. So shout out to the state trooper that gave me my first roadside inspection that I was not in the least bit prepared for. Okay, ELD. Some type of log journal, whether that's an ELD, electric logs device, or the old school paper booklet. Keep up with those times that you are pushing the gas pedal, those times that you are loading and unloading, and keep up with those times that you are off duty. If you got to sleep a bird, and there are actually, you're gonna have to figure that one out. I'd hate to give advice and stray you in the wrong direction as far as how to keep up with the log, but learn that log book, figure out those dimensions, and drive safe out here. Over the past month, I say about definitely for 3 weeks, about the past month, I was taking this route that took me from Laredo, Texas to Oregon. It was a couple of different spots in Oregon. This is not a dedicated lane. I just got lucky and was getting some good loads, and I was traveling back and forth. Beautiful sightseeing. I'm from Memphis, so the majority of my life was spent inside of I-240, and just seeing all of the new, all of the sites that this country, for better or worse, has to offer, was exciting. So it was offsetting the initial, financial gains, because at first I was not making a lot of money. That was not, and I say at first, this is all at first. I'm in the beginning of this. It's nowhere but up from here. Praise be to the Most High. But yeah, man, if you made it this far, as far as doing your research, you are at least interested in maybe HotShotting, starting up a small business, whatever the case may be. Congratulations on the steps that you are making to make your life better situated for you. Let's see. I don't know much else to hit on other than safety. Like I said, I was driving Texas to Oregon, and there are a few passes going through mountains that are not for the faint of heart. They can be quite intimidating to a new driver like myself. I was breaking it down to 25 and 35 miles an hour going up that thing my first time. I drive a stick shift. And two, man, I was nervous. So sometimes I leave out bright and early. It's 4:30, it's around 4:30, like I said. So I get an early jump on it, man, to beat traffic out of these cities and get on the highway where I can get some good driving time in. Let's see, man. Safety, dimensions, that ELD, dispatch or brokerage. Make sure that you are communicating effectively with your dispatch broker, whoever is responsible for booking these loads, whether it be yourself. Make sure that you're communicating with yourself. Understand what your goals are, what your do's and don'ts. If you want to put family time in there once a week, understand that you are taking away from your bottom dollar. Some sacrifices are necessary, some aren't. Let me turn this heat down, man. I just got my heat fixed and it is kicking, boy. I should have cut my truck off at the beginning of this video, but man, it is cold. This is this is early November, and man, the weather is, temperamental. Yeah, that's the word I'm gonna use. So, man, like I was saying, be in communication with whoever's responsible for booking these loads. And again, if that's yourself, make sure that you allocate time for resting. We can only drive for an effective 11 hours out of the day. That has to be broke up with a 30-minute break. So you can't drive more than 8 hours. And I'm sure there are people that have touched on that in other videos. So maybe I'll leave it to the experts to explain. But just man, understand that if you book a 33-hour load drive time, that is gonna take at least 3 days. And that is that. So that I wouldn't book a 33-hour. Like if it says 1 day 9 hours. I need to pick that up on Thursday and drop it off Monday. I need some time because I'm not pushing myself like that again. You gotta consider weather, traffic delays, road and construction areas. So there are a few moving parts other than just getting behind the wheel of this thing and going from point A to point B. You may or may not be responsible for loading your own freight in the back of these things. If you go to some of the modern day major retailers, they may say, hey, what year is that box truck? And I'm not putting a forklift in there. So you consider the equipment that you have to have: pallet jacks, straps, blankets. If the truck isn't equipped with, E-Tracks, then you look into that. These are all things that'll make you more sellable to the broker, make it easier to book loads. Just, things that, again, we learned on the chin. Boy, I'm talking about if this freight game has a fight in it, boy, we took some punches. But again, we stayed in, kept a positive outlook. Attitude is going to be a big determining factor in how successful your loads are. This isn't an overnight get rich scheme. If somebody is promising you X amount of dollars the first time you get behind this wheel, understand that may be their experience and it may not be yours. I'm 3 months in, and I couldn't have asked for a better position, a better company to grow with. This is a single unit company, so if I don't cover the load, this company doesn't cover the load, which means this company isn't making money, which means that if for whatever unforeseen reason we need repairs done, it is coming out of somebody's pocket. There wasn't a lot of startup overhead capital to begin with, and luckily those first couple of loads kind of got us a little bit of a cushion. Financial obligations are gonna come regardless of whether this truck is moving or not. So if you got financing on your truck, insurance, whatever obligations you have, understand that those are all things to consider when you take those days off, when you want to go and see the family, hang out with friends. If you're tired and you need to pull over, and that pushes out your delivery time. I drop off early every time. There has not been a single late delivery. There hasn't been a window for drop off that I was not there. When, like, if it says you can drop off between 8 and 3:30, I am there at 7:45, no later than. I am going to be ahead of the game as best as I can. Because at some of these drop-offs, you may be waiting to get even on the shipping yard, let alone to get unloaded, depending on the attitude of the receiving clerk. Some of these shipping clerks don't have the paperwork ready for whatever reason, whether it be on, the broker or dispatcher's behalf on your part, on your team side, or on the other side of the table. Sometimes paperwork doesn't get there. So if you double book yourself, hey, I'm headed to Texas. Can you find me a load out of Texas? You may not get out of there when you plan on it. All of these things to be taken into consideration. And make sure that you are taking care of yourself on the road. That is going to be my last point. I'm going to call it diet, but lifestyle. On the road is different from sitting at home or, punching a 9 to 5. If you were an entrepreneur, but you were majority stationary in the same area or location, that's gonna change when you get on the road. So, whether it be a hot pot, hot plate, I actually got a skillet about 2-3 weeks ago. So I've been cooking myself breakfast every day. Eggs and turkey bacon, baby. But yeah, take care of yourself, take care of your unit. Preventative maintenance is gonna save you a lot of money in the long haul. It may add a couple of hours to your day, but it's better than a couple of weeks out of service. So preventative maintenance, take care of yourself. Man, just be considerate of others when you're out on this road, man, because these CB radios do travel. You cut one guy off and then you wondering why 3 guys are cutting you off moving down the line. Well, sir, you asked for it. You unintentionally asked for it, and some of these, just regular drivers. Everybody on the road is not a professional driver. Everybody isn't a commercial driver. There are people that are just trying to get their kids home, trying to get to work, and they could care less about you being on time or late or what your schedule is, and it's not their fault that they're trying to get to where they're trying to go, and it's not their responsibility to make sure that you get to where you're trying to go. So that goes back to the safety thing, and make sure that you got enough time to be courteous on the road. We do not own the road. These are big trucks that are, they slow down a lot. They stop a lot slower than a normal vehicle, and if you're driving CDL or non-CDL, or considering driving CDL or non-CDL, I would highly recommend at least studying for the CDL test, whatever that applies to you, whether it be air brakes, general knowledge, combination, hazmat. These are all things that are it's good material to read so that if it doesn't apply to you, it's on the road next to you. Those I must admit that I read some of the cheat sheets that I saw on Facebook, and I took my CDL test a couple of times, and just based off, I can figure out the answers off of this cheat sheet and memorize them. I thought that I was ready. I was not. So if CDL is in your future, actually study. Take the time out. You owe it to yourself. This is an investment in yourself. Study, and again, even if you're not going to get the CDLs, just knowing what's on the road around you and what the equipment around you, how it operates, is going to help you take into consideration these graded roads, which means that it's either a slope going up or a slope going down. Those drive differently than flat roads. Yep, I think that's about all I got. Until next time, be blessed, be loved, and love yourself. I'm out.